Welcome to Tree of Life Yoga. I'm Rabbi Michael Copeland. I'm both a rabbi and a yoga instructor. And I'm excited to lead you today as we move our bodies, learn yoga poses, and have some fun. Welcome to grandparents and kids, whether you're together in person or sharing this experience on screen. Now, one of the most important things that we learn from our yoga practice is to listen to our own bodies. So if at any point during this practice, I instruct you to do something that's not feeling good in your body, just don't do that pose. Maybe wait until the next one. Now, the Torah says that our bodies are like trees standing in a field. How is your body like a tree? Our bodies are always changing and growing, just like trees. And we look a little bit like a tree. Our feet are the roots digging into the ground. Our legs are the tree trunks. And our arms are branches lifting up toward the sky. Trees are old and wise, and we grow old and wise throughout our lives. If you could be any kind of tree, which one would you choose to be? Now in Judaism, Torah itself is called the Tree of Life. So when we form yoga poses from our Torah stories, we bring these stories to life within us. Today we're going to become different parts of our Torah stories. Let's start with a tree, the Tree of Life. I am the Tree of Life, and the stories of the Torah come alive in me. Now let's stand with our feet just a few inches apart from one another. We're going to shift the weight in our bodies just slightly to the left. So now, with our right tiptoes up, our left thighs, our left legs are the tree trunk. Strong. So see if you can make a muscle in your left thigh so it's a strong tree trunk. Now we're going to let the inside of our right foot come up the inside of the trunk. And it can be right down here. That's a wonderful way to do tree pose. If you want to go a little bit further, you can bring that foot further up. Just don't let it sit at the knee. That's not good for your knee. But you can let it come all the way up if you wish. You can even take your right hand, grab a hold of your right ankle, and bring that foot all the way up and create some tension between that strong left thigh and the inside of your right foot. If you feel you have your balance here, bring your hands to prayer position. And then on an inhale, you can inhale your arms all the way up, stretching out your branches and your leaves. Take a couple of breaths here. Now, whenever you're ready, you can bring your hands back together, and as you take an exhale, bring your hands back down to your heart. And then bring your foot down and your arms. Let's shake that pose out. Shake your legs, shake your arms after a difficult pose. So let's try it again on the other side. This time we're going to come up on our left tiptoes, and this time our right thighs are now going to become strong as our right leg is the trunk of the tree. So see if you can make that muscle, make a strong right leg, and then bring the inside of your left foot up however high you wish to, or you can grab a hold of it again and bring it all the way up. Inhale and bring your hands together in prayer position in front of your heart. And if you have your balance here, inhale your arms all the way up, stretching your branches. Now, if it's hard to stay in this balance pose, see if you can find a point on a wall in front of you, something that's not moving, and try pouring all of your concentration into it. That can help. You can also do this against a wall behind you or have a piece of furniture around that you can grab a hold of in case you get wobbly. It's okay if you wobble a little bit because trees blow in the wind. Let's come out of the pose, bringing the foot down again, and shaking it out again. Let's try another pose. Let's try to come into Noah's Ark. Come down onto the ground for this one. So we're going to bend our knees and have a flat back. You can place your hands right underneath your thighs to support your ark. As you inhale your left foot up, and then on the next inhale, bring your right foot up. And see if you can stay here in this balance pose. If you feel like you got your balance, you can bring your arms outstretched alongside your legs to form the outside of your ark. Now the Torah tells us that God warned Noah that a great flood was about to come and told him to build an ark to keep his family and 2 of each kind of animal safe. So the waters are rocky, but you're the ark keeping everyone safe and sound. Whew, you should feel that in your belly. Your belly's working hard in that one. You can bring your feet down and let's give a nice little hug to our legs. Great. Let's come back to standing again. We're going to become a mountain, and not just any mountain. We're going to become Mount Sinai, the mountain where the Torah tells us that the Israelites heard the voice of God. So let's bring our hands together in prayer position again. And on the next inhale, let's bring our arms all the way up into the air. How tall and mighty a mountain can you become? Now, when Moses climbed Mount Sinai, the people down below heard the sound of a shofar, a horn, blast louder and louder. And then Moses came down the mountain with the 10 Commandments. Let's bring our arms down. So let's come into the pose of the moon. Bring your hands together again, and just like we did last time with the mountain pose, inhale and bring your arms all the way up into the air. But this time we're going to let the right hand come to the outside of the right thigh, and we're going to lift up and out, up to the sky with our left hand. And then on an exhale, gently lean toward the right, becoming a crescent moon. You should feel the left side of your body opening up into a nice stretch here. I am the moon in the night sky, just like we learn in the opening verses of the Torah. Let's inhale the right arm up and exhale the left down. We're going to inhale the right arm all the way up into the air and exhale, leaning gently to the left. And this time you should feel a nice opening stretch in the right side of your body. Take another breath here as crescent moon. Inhale the left arm up and exhale, bringing both arms down to your side. What a beautiful moon. Next, let's become a dancer. In the Passover story, our ancestor Miriam danced and led our people in song with a tambourine in her hand at the parting of the Red Sea. So let's start with our feet just a few inches apart again. We're going to shift our weight to our left side, so our left leg is strong. And inhale and bring the right foot up and hold it in your right hand. Next, inhale and bring your left hand up. See if you can catch your balance here. And again, you can look at a point off in the distance to help you keep your balance, or do this against a wall. When you're ready, you can start to hinge at the hips and become a dancer, kicking your right foot up into your right hand. I am Miriam, who led the women in song. Let's come back up and come out of the pose. Let's try it on the other side. This time, let's bring our left foot up into our left hand. Inhale the right hand up and exhale, coming into dancer on the opposite side. Let's come back to standing. Oh, take a deep breath. It's time to rest after all of these yoga poses. Come on down to the ground and lay on your back on the floor. Let your legs fall away from one another, and your palms can be facing the ceiling. And take a deep breath. See if you can feel every part of your body that's touching the ground, and let your body sink slowly into the floor. Let go of everything. Now, the Torah teaches us that all of its paths are peace. And yoga can bring us to a place of peace in our lives. Take another couple of breaths here. And then when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring your knees up into your chest and rock back and forth, giving your lower back a nice little massage. And let your knees fall to either side of your body, and let your hands press you back up. And we'll come to a sitting pose. Bring your hands together in front of your chest. How do you feel? Is your breathing fast or slow? How do your mind and body feel? Calm or excited? Yoga teaches us to pay attention to what's going on in our bodies with our breath. What other poses could you create from other stories that you know? Shalom. Thank you so much for doing Tree of Life yoga with me today.